Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Three Spurs Boys. Welcome back to OTP.
O.T.P, but it's off the pitch, and this time we got the old guy out of here.
And we're back with another very special episode. And where do we keep finding all these awesome people, Chris?
I know, right?
It's wicked. And we're also welcoming our first ever judge to the show, Mr. Lee Judges from Arsenal Fan TV. Hello.
Hi, guys. How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, we're fine. How are you?
How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm all good. Thank you very much. You're all good.
Thank you so much for joining us today, by the way.
No problem whatsoever. No problem. Not sure about all that intro stuff, though.
Not sure about the red at the back either.
I'm happy you wore your blue Arsenal sweater, though. That's
yeah. Nothing to do with Spurs, I like.
Well, it's got white and blue in it, so.
What was the inspiration behind the start of Arsenal Fan TV?
Well, it was the same that Robbie tried done. You know, just I think like he had a brainchild really of just asking fans what to do. When I spoke to him, one of the main reasons that he done it, and one that I agree with him on, was that when you was watching a game, say like I don't know, it was Arsenal, Man United, or you know, it could be Spurs and Man United, you'd be getting like a pundit on there like that was an ex-Arsenal player or something, like talking about a Spurs Man United game, or an ex-Spurs player talking about an Arsenal Man United game. Sometimes you don't really want to know that. You want to hear it from the fans and different points of view and whatever. Yeah. So I think that's where it probably the brainchild started from, and it went from there really. And of course, you know, it's gone not just AFTV, just all fan channels now. It's massive. So it's an unbelievable thing, and what it's done, the best thing that I think it's done is that it's give fans a voice. Just when you look at the Super League, what that done, everything like that, and it also connects, which is a great thing, fans from abroad. You know, I was fortunate enough to be in Orlando for the Arsenal's pre-season tour. And to see the fans out there in America just as passionate, you know. So I think it's a big thing all round.
In January for my birthday, we're actually going to the NLD. So.
Oh, you're going like, yeah? What game are you going to see?
The NLD.
North London Derby.
Oh, like you go on the North London Derby, like. Oh, right, like, yeah. Oh, you going, are you?
Yeah, with me, my dad, and my brother.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic, like, you know. So you'd be out to see the Arsenal win then, like. That'd be good, wouldn't it, like, you know? So that's going to be a great game, that is, like, you know. You've done well to get tickets for that.
Yep.
Oh, that'd be an exciting game for us. That'd be exciting, like, you know. Listen, I'll be honest with you. Have you ever been to a North London derby before? Have you ever been to one? Or
no, it's our first ever game.
I've never been to a game.
What's the first ever game you've been to at Tottenham?
This.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, listen, it's the best one. There's nothing better than an Arsenal Spurs game. You know, you either love it or you don't. There's no in between. It's a fantastic game, atmosphere wise, and they're the best games to go to. So to go to that as your first one, you're very, very fortunate. Very, very fortunate.
It would be amazing if we win, but like if we lose, it's gonna suck a lot.
It will suck a lot, but
and my dad's been a Spurs fan 30 years. He's also never been to a game.
Yeah.
Really? Oh well.
Yeah. So first game for everybody.
Yep.
So well, if you're going to go to your first game, you know, it is a special one, like, you know. So and wait, so you wait till you see the stadium as well. That's an unbelievable stadium. I was lucky enough to see it last season. It's the first time Arsenal were there last season.
Yeah.
Despite the result, it's a magnificent stadium. Not as good as the old White Hart Lane, I've got to
Nah.
say. You know what I mean? But it's not like same with the Emirates. It's not like Highbury, but it's you know you'll have a fantastic day, like, you know. So, were you over for a week or just a weekend or?
From the 9th to the 21st.
Oh, brilliant, like, you know. So that'd be cool. We'll have to have a catch up then, like, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have a
That'd be
catch up,
wicked.
especially if Arsenal win.
Hazard.
Are you going?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. I'll definitely be there, like, you know. So it's a game that no one wants to miss, really, you know. So listen, we haven't done very well at White Hart Lane over the last few years, but it's still a special place to go. So always look forward to. I say look forward to them. You look forward to them and you don't. You know what I mean? Like, there's because if you lose, it's not very good, but. Obviously, if you win, it's 10 times better than the other result, like, you know. So it's a good game. It's a good game.
If we lose, I won't really be fussed about it because it'll still be an amazing experience.
Unless we play like we did it against them in our first game.
Trust me, if you lose, you're hurt. You'll be hurting.
How do you feel being part of a channel supported by 1 million people, knowing so many people are watching? Do you get like nervous or like stage fright?
Oh, that's a good question. No, not now. Not now. First time you do. The first time, you know, I think like anything like that, you get nervous at first, but now it's sort of used to it. Do you know what you don't actually think about it when what people are watching and what are not? You know, it just comes naturally now. I think at first you did. You know, I remember the first couple that I'd done, I was quite nervous. Sometimes, you know, if you're doing in a live audience thing, you're going onto stage or something like that, that can be a bit nerve-wracking. But ultimately, you get used to it as the more we do. You guys must know that now. You get used to it, like,
yeah.
So, you know. Yeah. So but first, I think everybody's nervous. So, but you get used to it.
Yeah. Just quickly, I just want to say that after the game, we're gonna go for like a birthday dinner. If you want to come, you can.
Oh, cool! Like, you know what I mean, yeah. Like, well, it depends. If Arsenal win, I'll definitely come. Like, you know.
But if Arsenal win, we're not even gonna have dinner.
Okay, no worries. Like, you know, you're on.
Thank you. We're just a small channel and get nervous sometimes with 30 people watching. You have many people watching your streams and stuff. Do you get nervous?
That's the exact same question I just asked.
No, as I said, like, you know, you do get. I'll tell you what, you know, when I first done my first channel, like same as you guys would probably say it as well. That first time you do your own channel, that's nerve wracking because you don't know where it's going to go. You don't know what people are going to come and watch and things like that. But when you see like people, listen, it's like anything, isn't it? You know, if you play football or anything you do, if you've got one person watching or 10 people, you know, it's still a fantastic achievement. You know, that people were prepared to spend their time to watch you and what your views are. So, yeah, I'm definitely nervous at first when it's all starting, but after a while, you know, you do get used to it.
Yeah. Basically, what I'm asking is, what calms you down when you get nervous with all those people watching?
Oh, that's a good question. Like, I mean, maybe some good questions here. Like, you know, I just think nothing really calms you down. Just experience. You just get used to it. You know, you just get used to. How can I say it? Like when you first started, you know, like with AFTV, you get big crowds, not just watching it on YouTube, but you know, like you get an audience round watching it as well. So you just sometimes you feed off of the crowd a little bit as well, you know, when they're saying anything, you know, but you just have to just get your focus on it, and it's just through experience. I think you just get used to it, you know. So I've been doing it quite a while now, so I don't really think, you know, like I think I've been doing it about 7 or 8 years now. So Yeah, so you don't. I'm used to it now. Do you know what I mean? So, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure those first few. I remember that first one I ever done. Like, I was nervous going into that one. Like, I must admit, like, because you don't know how people are going to perceive you. You don't know actually what people are going to say. But once you've done it once or twice, then you're fine. You're fine.
Okay. Also, second part to the question: how do you deal with all those trolls in the comments and stuff?
Do I read them and all that? Did you say?
No, like the trolls. Like, how do you deal with those? Like the mean people.
That's right. No, listen. You ignore them. Don't have nothing like. I don't really read the comments too much, because whatever you do in life, you're always going to get positives and you're always going to get negatives. And there's always a lot of people out there that are a little bit jealous or can be a bit funny and all that. So I don't really take too much notice of it. And I tell you what, it's human reaction, normal reaction. If 10 people say that, oh, you're brilliant, Lee, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And then there's the one that goes, oh, you're bald-headed twat or whatever, blah, 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 blah. That's the one you focus on, So I'm right, so it's best just not to focus on anything like that. You'll know if you're doing well and people like you, and that's the main thing, So I never engage with nasty comments or things like that. Listen, if people compliment me, I like to feel that I can compliment them and thank them for what they're doing. And, I try to do that as much as I possibly can. But yeah, if someone starts abusing me and all that, ignore it. But the longer you're in this game, the more you'll get to that. You know what I mean? It's a double-edged sword, that, because the bigger you get, the more you get. So and the best thing is not to engage with it, and then they soon get fed up with it, But I think it's part and parcel of it, really. Unfortunately, there's always rough with the smooth in this job, and in this industry, and so you just have to get on with it, really. Thick skin.
Okay. Thanks a lot for the tip.
Thank you for the tips.
No problems.
What has been the most important thing that you got back from your channel?
The most what?
Like the most important thing that you got back from your channel.
The most important thing is, do you know what? The most important thing is people taking their time to watch what you do. And time's precious, and people would rather sit there and watch you or your comments and say watch something on TV and all that, maybe EastEnders or Coronation Street or Celebrity Jungle or whatever. They'd rather sit there and watch your sort of stuff and all that, So so people's time, that they're prepared to give you their time to watch you. That's unbelievable, So that's the biggest thing.
Okay. Wow. That's very inspirational. If you didn't support Arsenal, which team would you support and why?
Oh, good question. Well, could have been a Spurs fan. Could have been a Spurs fan because all my mum's side are all Tottenham fans, season ticket holders. My brother's a Spurs season ticket, was a season ticket holder. All my nephews are Spurs fans. So my granddad's side were all Spurs. So I could have easily have gone down that route with Tottenham. It was very, very close because used to, back in the day when I was your age and that, you could go to Arsenal 1 week, Spurs the next, So you'd go, my dad would take me over at Highbury, and then the following week, Spurs would be at home, and I would, my granddad would take me over Spurs. I just loved football at that stage, So I didn't really have a team. But one day, and it is a true story, my granddad said, "Oh, we're going over to Spurs today," and I said, "Oh, do you know what, granddad? I think I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm gonna not go, So that's how it was. So, but I've got obviously, I think I've got a little soft spot for Everton. I don't really, you know what I mean. So maybe because they've been in the shadow of Liverpool or something. I don't know. So I've always had a little fond thing for them, but it could have easily been Spurs.
So it's safe to say that you're the black sheep in the family.
Definitely not, like, you know what I mean? Because like on my dad's side were Arsenal, like, you know. So and I'll tell you what, my granddad, believe it or not, was a massive Spurs fan, but he was all like the old school, like, you know, if I say like Arsenal were playing in Europe, he'd always want Arsenal to win, even though he was a Spurs fan. I could never get my head around that. I said,
Oh,
granddad, like, you know what I mean? I
probably
want Spurs.
London.
Yeah, I want Spurs to
Good
lose
London
every
team.
game. You
And
know,
England.
so yeah, so but there you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, like there used to be games like when I was growing up, like Boxing Day and around about Christmas times, and you know, it was a bit volatile around the old Christmas table, like, you know, when Arsenal had beaten Spurs, or, you know, Spurs had got a result against Arsenal, so it was very, very heated, like, you know. So, but it was okay. We all get on. We all get on.
Yeah.
Your granddad seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah, he was a good guy. He was a good guy, like, you know. He was a good guy.
All right. Well, now we got a little game for you. Quick fire. Little kid's gonna give you two options. You gotta choose one. I don't know how he calculates the point. That's all I'm gonna say. Good luck. Oh, and you get points based on how fast you answer. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how he does it.
Are you ready for quick fire?
I'm ready when you are.
Okay, just so you know, this is all based on who is better, okay? Who you think?
Okay.
Park Ju-young or Gareth Bale?
Gareth Bale.
Vito Minode or Hugo Lloris?
Hugo Lloris.
Francis Caglin or Paul Gascoigne?
Francis Coquelin or Paul Gascoigne. I'm going to have to say Paul Gascoigne.
Kieran Gibbs or Kyle Walker?
Kyle Walker.
Emmanuel Frimpong or Luka Modric?
Oh, Frimpong was so much better, like, you know, so much better. No, Modric was better.
Alex Iwobi or Heung-min Son?
I think I know where this is going, but go on then. Song, I suppose, is like the one.
Abu Diaby or Glenn Hoddle?
Oh, Diaby was a very, very good player, like, you know, very, very good player. But Glenn Hoddle was one of the best players about in his time. So Glenn Hoddle.
Beanick Afobe or Harry Kane?
just Harry Kane, not by a lot, but just Harry Kane.
Fabrice Muamba or Edgar Davids?
Oh, that's a tough one. Edgar Davids, when he didn't play for Spurs. They're going to go with that one. That's got you.
It is. Seems like
sounds to me like goes first.
And now we're gonna actually do the real one.
Oh, there's
okay.
Oh, goodbye.
That was good. That was a bit unfair. That, by the way.
Undercover's first man, maybe question mark. Okay. Now the real one.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Dennis Bergkamp or Thierry Henry?
Tough. Dennis Bergkamp.
Samir Nasri or Emmanuel Petit?
Petite.
Nigel Winterburn or Lee Dixon?
Nigel Winterburn.
Tony Adams or Martin Keown?
Oh, you're really tough, these ones, like, you know what I mean? Like, just Tony Adams, just.
Cesc Fabregas or Freddie Lundberg?
Freddie Lundberg. Oh, God, these are difficult, like, you know. Cesc Fabregas was the one. I'm going to go Cesc.
Sullivan Wilt.
Sylvan Wiltord.
Sylvian Wiltford or Kanu?
Oh, that's a tough one. Carnu, he was a good player.
Peter
Tough one.
Sheck. Oh, sorry.
Go on.
No, continue. Oh, okay. Peter Sheck or Hans Lehmann?
Jans
Lehmann.
Layman, easy one. That.
Robin Van Persie or Robert Pires?
That's who's made these up. This is tough.
Me,
tough. Robert
obviously.
Perez.
David Seaman or Pat Jennings?
Oh, do you know what? Pat Jennings was a wonderful goalkeeper for Arsenal and Spurs, but David Seaman just. That's a tough one. You're out of order giving me that one.
Okay. Patrick Vieira or Mark Overmars?
Patrick Vieira.
Okie dokie. That is done. Let me calculate the points. I'll get back to you after my brother's next question.
I'd say he got perfect on the first one. Second one,
I'll tell you what, some really difficult ones there, like, who was some real very, very good, like what I'd say was like top players there, but favourites as well, like Lundberg against Cesc. That's a that's out of order asking me that.
See, the Spurs one was easier, so maybe, just maybe, you're sporting the wrong North London team.
Well, I don't know about that. Like, you know what I mean? I'd rather put if we put all the other some of those players up against those Spurs players. You know what I mean? It'd be a different story. Like,
All right, good.
Vieira up against Oddle. Now that would be a good contest.
Oh, my question first. All right. Other than Three Spurs Boys, what is your other favorite YouTube channel that is non-Arsenal?
Oh, non-Arsenal. Have you ever heard of Under the Kosh?
Yep.
Yeah, like that is my one of my favourites. I always go to watch that. I really like that. Non-Arsenal ones, like, I'd have to say, like, United View is pretty good, like, as well. Yeah, that's about. There's a couple of there's yeah, I don't really like. I'm going to be honest. I don't really watch too much Tottenham stuff. You know what I mean? Why? So I'd have to say that, like, yeah, there'd be. I'm not really like, most of it is all Arsenal. But if I was non-Arsenal, there'd be the two that I'd probably go to, like,
But Three Spurs Boys is your overall favorite, right?
Yeah. You're definitely my favourite now. Like, my favourite Spurs ones, like that. I'm not too sure of the questions you're asking, but like, you've done all right. You've won me over, you boys. You've won me over.
Yeah.
I got your points ready.
Go on.
You got 10. You got 2 million, but because you're an Arsenal fan, minus 5 million, negative 3 million.
How did I know that I was going to end up in the negative? Like,
but you did good in the first one, so you get 10 million bonus for that. So,
right,
7 million.
Okay.
How many points is that out of, Christian?
Out of 50.
So you got 7 million points out of 50.
Yep.
Not bad. Not bad. I'll take that.
Not bad.
If you were an astronaut, what is the first planet you would go to and why?
First planet?
Yep.
Mars, I suppose, just because I like the name Mars, I suppose. It would be the first one, I think, really. It's always sort of the one that fascinates you, isn't it? Like, if I'll be honest.
It is pretty fascinating.
Yeah, it's just something about Mars, isn't there? Like, Mars or Pluto, I reckon.
It's the only planet he could realistically go to as well. So that
yeah, I think that's the one. I think it just I don't know why that's the one that draws you to it, isn't it? Really, Mars. So I don't know why, but yeah, Mars.
Second part to the question: do you think Pluto is a planet?
Yeah. Why not? Like,
Yeah.
Okay. I saw on a video on YouTube that Pluto is not even as wide as Australia.
Really?
It was on YouTube.
I don't think.
Things you learn, I learned something new then, like, you know. So there you go.
Wait, should we switch it up? Okay.
We should just like rename the whole like show. Just create our own little show, Cushion and Space. Australian Pluto. Who is your favorite guest that you've had on your show and why?
Oh. Favorite guest.
Not even really your favorite, just somebody you really enjoyed having on.
I'll tell you what, the best person I've spoken to, because obviously, like, he was my idol growing up when I was younger, was Charlie Nicholas. Be able to ever do a podcast with Charlie Nicholas, I think is has got to go down there very, very well. You know, I've been very, very fortunate to meet some real good guys. Obviously, Kevin Campbell, Nigel Winterburn, Perry Groves have all been great. You know, I've been lucky to meet like a few doing, you know, Warren Butt's very, very funny, by the way. But non-Arsenal, obviously Newcastle. But yeah, I think when that come about that I was going to do a podcast with Charlie Nicholas, that was very, very exciting, like, you know. And I tell you what, when I actually got to meet him as well. And you know, when they turn around and say, well, I don't know if you've ever heard that saying, oh, it's never meet your idols.
Yeah.
You know, it's not true, because when I actually met him, he was a top guy as well. And yeah, so I got a shot. I don't know if you can see that up there, but that shirt up there in the corner, that's a signed Charlie Nicholas shirt. And I've got another one upstairs. So yeah, so that was probably the biggest one. Like, yeah.
I would say nice, but it is an Arsenal kit.
Yeah, you know. But listen, you can appreciate players, ex-players.
No, I'm kidding. That's really cool. That's also really nice.
Really cool. To meet your idol, how did that feel?
Oh,
how did it feel?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Like, you know, I was very, very. You know, when you're talking about being nervous, very, very nervous before the game, because I can tell you, like, I named my son Charlie after Charlie Nicholas. So you know, it was a big thing meeting him, like, you know, and you know, and you know, don't want to be silly when you ask him questions and all that. But I done all right. I asked some good questions, ones that I think that he'd not had before, but related to back in the day, you know. So but yeah, I was nervous meeting him and doing that. But yeah, he was brilliant, and I was fortunate. I've done that podcast, and then he was doing you know, one of these evenings with what you go and I was invited to that. And then got to meet him, and then for him to come up and go, oh, Lee, how you doing? All right, like, that was unbelievable, like, you know, that Charlie Nicholas knew who I was, you know. So yeah, that's what some, you know, when you do these sort of things, and money can't buy that. It's just very, very, you know, you feel very, very fortunate to be in that position, you know. So that would be it for me, like, yeah, that was the ultimate.
That's wicked.
It is actually.
All right, Krish.
Sorry. Who is your favorite superhero and why?
Whoa, superhero. Do you know I always had a little thing for Superman? The Man of Steel. And I think it's because he could fly.
Yeah. Oh, well, do you have any superpower questions? Well, if you could have one superpower from Superman, what would it be?
Yeah, flying.
You already have that question.
Yeah, flying. Like, do you remember, like, do you imagine, like, you ain't got no worry about getting to any Arsenal games home and away ever. You just fly there. No worry about traffic. You just get there, like, you know. If you fancy going to watch the World Cup now, who cares? You ain't got to worry about passport. You just fly there. Wash. No going through like all the things, passport control and everything like that. You just whiz there. You imagine what it's like. No airports. Just fly straight there.
To visit us. No more traffic.
That'd have to be it, I think, like, you know.
Fly to Canada, visit us.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, be straight over, like, you know. You could be round for tea, couldn't I, like, you know. I don't know how long it'd take. I wonder how long. It wouldn't take long, would it? You know what I mean? Because it's quite quick as well. So I'll be there within an hour. That is
2
unreal,
minutes.
isn't it?
2 minutes.
Yeah, unbelievable.
2 minutes, maybe 2 minutes and 3 seconds. But
30 seconds down to the what is your favorite moment from any game you saw live, and why is it special to you?
Well, you're not going to like this.
Oh, okay.
are you
Right,
serious?
The best game ever was back when Arsenal beat Spurs in the semi-final of the League Cup back in '87. It was a replay at White Hart Lane, and with 1 minute, with about 10 minutes to go, Spurs were winning 1-0, and the whole of the shelf and the whole of the White Hart Lane Tottenham fans were singing, "We're going to Wembley, we're going to Wembley, you're not." And then Ian Allenson scored. And then David Rocastle scored in the last minute, and that was to send us through, So and that was a great day. So there you go. Unfortunately, I wasn't like that. That would have been '89, but I didn't go to '89. So when we won the league at Anfield, so I didn't go to that. So so that would be the best game. There's been some brilliant games, you know what I mean, beating Spurs, but that one takes a biscuit, you know what I mean? Listen, if you'd have been around, you guys, you would have been hurting that day. I guarantee it.
I would have cried.
I would have probably
cried and played Fortnite.
Probably ate food.
Ate food.
Comfort. Ate a lot of chocolate for comfort,
Well, what was your favorite goal, Chris?
Ever? That's a good question. That's a good question. Gotta be Heung-min Son's goal against Leicester this season.
Ever.
Still the long shot.
Not even the Burnley goal? Not even the Puskas goal?
Nope.
No?
I like long shots. I'm a long shot guy. I scored a free kick. I'm a long shot guy.
Who's your favourite player in the Spurs team?
Oh, Son.
You're not gonna like mine. Eric Dyer.
Who's yours? Harry Kane?
Eric Dyer.
Really?
Best centre back for goal.
Strange one, that.
We can relate to each other. That's why we're both.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's fair enough. You know what I mean? It's your choice. Your choice.
No kidding. We're both great. That's why.
Back when I used to play, I'll take your word for that.
No, because back when I used to play center back, right? We were the exact same before contact.
Okay, well, you made a lot of mistakes.
Our backs be very inconsistent. So.
Okay, right. So you can relate to him. Fair enough. Yeah. I like that. A reality check.
So now we got a game for you. It is
second game.
Right? Gotta go fast. Amazing. Lil K is gonna ask you a question. You gotta answer. If he likes to answer, he might give you points. I still don't know how this works. Good luck.
It's a little bit different from the last game.
Yeah,
okay, no problem.
Entirely different. It's the same concept, but it's different in this first way. All right, Are you ready for Gotta Go Fast?
Ready to go.
Let's go. Favorite football player ever non-Arsenal. Sorry.
Diego Maradona.
Favorite superhero movie?
Oh, Superman.
Favorite dinosaur?
That's a good question. Rex, what do they call it?
T-Rex?
Yeah, Rex. The horrible one. You know the one I'm on about.
T-Rex?
T-Rex, that's it. That'd do, yeah, horrible.
Favorite football chant?
1-0 to the Arsenal.
Favorite cartoon movie? That's already deduct points, by the way.
The Incredibles.
Ooh! No, that's a bonus points right there. That's
there
already
you go.
10 million off the bat. Favorite Smurf?
Oh, Papa Smurf.
Oh, that's a good answer too. Papa Smurf reminds me of my dad. Favorite football stadium?
Highbury.
Well, whose stadium is that? Which team?
That is Arsenal's old stadium.
Oh, then it's not good. Favorite current TV show?
Current TV show. Oh, that's difficult because I don't really watch a lot of telly. Like, I don't really watch much telly, so
Maybe an old TV show?
old TV. Like, well, I know what like. You might not have heard it. I'll be the same pet.
I've
Look it
never
up.
heard of that before.
Google
But
it.
thank you for letting me know. Favorite lunch meal?
Oh, that's a good question. Like, all day breakfast.
Ooh, I like
So
all
get
day
done.
breakfast. One time I was taking my cast off at the hospital for my ankle, and I was really hungry because this was just before I was about to go to school, and I didn't have food. And my mom got me an all day breakfast. It was so good. I
There
got
you go.
bacon.
Mums know best. See, mums know best.
Pardon?
Mums know best. See.
Yeah. My mom's also British, if you didn't know.
Ah, there you go. See, there's the connection.
My dad's British too.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he is. He's behind.
All right.
Now. Favorite Marvel. I was gonna go to the next question. You guys are laughing.
Go on.
Okay. Favorite Marvel superhero who is red and yellow and name starts with iron and ends with man.
Oh, I wouldn't know. Iron Man.
Yeah!
Bonus points.
Bonus points.
Look at that.
Oh, that's it. Well, you got so off track with that. Oh. Wow. Arsenal are currently top of the table. Where do you see them finishing in the league at the end of the season? Do you think they're going to bottle it, or do you think they're going to win it?
Oh, it depends what happens in January. If we sign a couple of players in January, I think we've got a very good chance. Like even the FA Cup draw has gone for us today. I don't know if you know the FA Cup draw. Man City got Chelsea, so they can't. It's another big game for them. So I think that if we sign a couple of players in January, I think we could finish first or second. But if we don't sign anybody, we could. If I honestly say, if we don't sign anybody, I think we could still come fifth or sixth. That's how tight it is up there at this moment in time. We've got a good lead at the moment, but we've got a very, very small squad, and there's big games coming up. Not just in the league. We've also Europa League now, where it becomes sort of like more. We've been I think we've had a little bit of an advantage over, like, say, teams like Tottenham and where we've been able to rest players in the Europa League, where the teams like Spurs have had to go virtually full strength every time. Yeah, we're going to have to do that in the Europa League when it starts up again. So so if we don't bring any players in, we will struggle. So ask me that question on February the 1st, and I'll give you a better answer. But at this moment in time, we've got a good chance if we sign players.
What would be your prediction based on the current squad?
Current squad, second or third.
What about the FA Cup? Where do you think you will finish if you current squad nobody joins?
Fourth, fifth round.
What about Europa League?
Win it.
Win it?
Yeah.
But you have like heavy competition from Juventus, Barcelona dropping.
Yeah,
Atletico couldn't even get Europa League. That's hilarious.
Wait, actually?
And United, they finished fourth.
Wait, so
I think we've got we're still one of the best teams in that. Listen, you know as well as I know, guys. Cup competition, anything can happen. But if our team stays strong and we got like the players that we've got at the moment, carry on playing as we are, then we've got a very, very good chance of winning that. I know you don't want to hear that, but that's true.
Christian's still calculating points.
I'm good.
You're good? Can I ask one more question before you say the points?
Yep.
Just like based off my own curiosity. You say you want people joining in January. Who would you like to see join?
We need a couple of midfield players. So like we're being heavily linked with Danilo, the Brazilian midfield player. I think there's someone we can get that could go in there and just one for now, but also for the future. Tillemans would be a very, very good buy. And I think we need someone as a wide player like or can play up front. So Zaha would be someone that I'll be looking at. They've all two of those players, of course, are out of contract at the end of the summer. So at the end of the season, so you've got a chance of getting them. I know we've been linked with Mudryk at Shakhtar Donetsk. I don't know if that's true or not for 40 million. Listen, if that was to happen as well, that would be good. But someone like that. But I think we need to stress. Thomas Partey is so key to us, but he's so fragile. So I think we've got to really look to get someone in, because if he was to get injured, there's a big drop off. I know there's a big drop off with a lot of players in all teams, but I do feel that he's a key player to us. So if we were to sign those 3 players, I'd be very, very happy.
All right. Okay. All right, Chris.
Your point score from your last one being 7 million plus all the bonus points, 69 million.
Wow, I'm happy with that. Is that the best? That's got to be the best so far, surely.
Close.
Not bad for an Arsenal fan, though. Not bad for an Arsenal.
One person got infinity, but we don't really talk about that.
Bribery. All right, Chris. 60.
Here. Okay. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you want to live and why?
What, apart from London?
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere you want to go. You can live in London too.
Oh, do you know what? I like to live in Dubai.
Dubai.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Beautiful place.
Beautiful.
Wonderful place. Weather, all year sun, all the football on all the time. It's a lovely, lovely place. So, yeah, Dubai.
Okay.
No winter, though. Love the winter.
Yeah. Gotta love the winter.
But I prefer the summer.
Yeah, I do too.
What player would you say would be the most important key player to Arsenal this season?
Thomas Partey.
Um,
I do think he is key for Arsenal. The way we play and everything like that. We've lost one game this season in the league. He didn't play in it. So I would say that he'd probably be key. Even though like Jesus is a massive signing for us, been fantastic. Yeah. It would be definitely out of Jesus and Thomas Partey. But if I had to be pushed, it would be Thomas Partey.
Yeah. Why are you crying?
Thomas Partey scored that goal on us. That one goal.
That was a good goal, wasn't it?
No,
it was horrible.
It was.
It was horrible.
Oh my God, we have to get up.
I thought you liked long shots. I thought you liked shots from distance.
Oh, you just gonna take that?
I'm gonna leave now. But not against us. Only when like Sun does.
Oh, you never said that. No, you just said you like long shots.
I do like long shots, but not against us. Like if it was
right.
other team.
You have to mention that next time.
Yeah.
Any other team other than Arsenal.
Any other team?
Any other team.
What if Chelsea won last minute?
No. I like it.
Yeah. That game was so painful. We had to get up at 6 a.m. for that.
I like waking up early though.
But 6 in the morning to watch us get battered by Arsenal.
Is that what time you had to get up for that time, right? Yeah.
We had to get up for I think 5 in the morning, and then we had to go to Toronto to watch that 6.
Well done.
We woke up at 6.
Woke up at 6, 7?
For 7:30 was
7:30. Yeah, I made the stupid decision of going to bed at like 4 in the morning as well. So.
Oh, Badgie. You and your friends.
And you've got all day to think about it afterwards as well. That's tough. Oh well.
I could. Chris, where do you go, man?
Okay. What past or present Spurs player is your favorite and why?
Oh, I haven't got no Spurs favourite players right now. Ones Spurs. Obviously, like I'll let you into a little secret. I know Ryan Mason because I know his dad. So I've grown up with Ryan. So so I'd say he's my favourite Spurs player.
You know, like feel free to give us his number so he can come on the show.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good, so obviously I've known, me and his dad have obviously known each other for a very, very long while, since before Ryan was born. So, so Ryan would be my favourite because of that. And I think that if I was to be pushed as one of like, not like that, was because he was a good player and everything like that, would probably be Glenn Hoddle. He was a very, very good player, really, like before his time.
Yeah.
Was a great player. Obviously, like another little one that I can tell you, obviously passed away now. Ray Clements is that I know all the family, so he would be up there as well. Like, but because he's a nice guy, but because I knew him. But someone that I don't know would be Glenn Hoddle. Like, he was a terrific player.
Okay.
Good answer.
Good answer. Hey, fun fact. Did you know that I'm best friends with Ramon Vega?
With who?
Ramon Vega.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, best friends.
Oh, cool. He's centre half. He was, wasn't he? Like,
Yep.
Not a bad player. Not a bad player.
What is that? Aren't you also friends with Mickey Azar?
I'll ask him in January if he wants to be my friend. I'm not sure yet, though.
If you were stuck in an elevator with 3 Arsenal players, who would it be?
That's a tough question.
Past or present?
Cool. Yeah,
Not a bad name, of course.
I'd have to say Charlie Nicholas, Patrick Vieira would be 2, and Paul Merson.
Okay. Now, what about Tottenham players?
Yeah.
Tottenham players.
Present Tottenham players. Make it even harder.
Present Tottenham players.
No, past that.
That would be difficult. That would be. I don't really like any Tottenham players.
I took that to heart, man.
I suppose, like, if I was to be pushed, Lloris.
Okay.
Emerson Royal, quite like him.
Oh yeah,
of course you like him.
My best friend.
Of course he likes him.
And Doherty, because Doherty's an Arsenal fan. There you go.
But he joined Spurs.
Wait, is he actually?
Yeah, but I'd quiz him on why.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. And can you let the people know where they can find you?
You can get me like on Twitter, Lee Mark Judges. That's on Instagram as well, or Lee Judges TV, or over on AFTV as well. So any of those platforms you can get me on.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. It was a joy to have you on.
Listen, I've had a blast. That has been the quickest 48 minutes, 10 seconds of my life. So well done, guys. I've enjoyed that.
We had a good time, and don't leave. Don't leave. We like to talk to you in the back.
No problem.
Just don't leave, okay?
We forgot to tell Mickey that, and then he disappeared.
Yeah.
No worries.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.
That was amazing.
Yeah, no. You know what? We gotta get in though. What are you doing?
Remember, guys, today is to do, so go for it.
Come on, you Spurs!
Come on, you. Oh, wait, no. I said the whole thing. Remember, guys, today is to do.
So go for it!
Come on, you Spurs!
Come on, you Spurs!
We sang in France, we sang in Spain, we sing in the sun and we sing in the rain. They tried to stop us, but look what they did. The thing we love most is being a kid, being a kid, being a kid. The thing we love most is being a kid.
Come on, you Spurs!
Make sure to like and subscribe.